Hello everyone, my name is Yamin Nasser. Today I will discuss how deontological ethics and Kant's categorical imperative can be applied to a scenario where a company violates workers' rights. This presentation is part of the PHIL 1404-01 course at the University of the People. Deontology is an ethical theory that focuses on duty and moral rules rather than the consequences of an action. Central to this theory is Kant's categorical imperative, which provides a universal framework for moral action. We will examine why respecting workers' rights is an absolutely moral necessity for respecting. Our scenario focuses on common ethical violation in the workplace. We are looking at a situation where employees are subjected to long working hours, receive low wages, and are forced to work in unsafe conditions. This raises serious questions about the employer moral duty. Kant's first formulation state, act as if your action becomes a universal law. This principle is the foundation of moral reasoning. It forces you to consider the implication for ethical decision making. Could you rationally will a world where everyone acts this way? Exploitation of workers were to become a universal law. It would lead to universal exploitation, creating systemic injustice. Such universal exploitation is an unacceptable moral because it undermines the very concept of rational agency and a functions society. Therefore, the ethical violation shows a need for ethical reform. The second formulation demands treat humans as ends and never merely as means. This requires fundamental respect for an individual dignity. Agreeing the human value of employees has profound ethical implications for labor practices. In our scenario, the workers are being exploited merely for profit. Their intrinsic worth is disregarded. Their human dignity is ignored from a Kantian standpoint. We have a moral obligation to protect workers and ensure they are treated with the respect to do rational beings. The third formulation requires us to act according to rules expected by a moral community. This highlights the importance of collective ethical standards. A just employer should act as a legislating member of this kingdom, focused on building a just society where everyone is treated fairly. Exploitation by its nature undermines respect and trust within the workplace. Such behavior is not morally justified because it treats workers as mere subordinates, not moral equals. The consequences of an ethical practice include the breakdown of the moral community itself. We see their violations in the real world every day. Prime examples include sweet shops in Bangladesh and the practices often associated with the vast fashion industry. Their sweetness show the global implications of exploitation and the necessity of applying universal moral principles. It is critical to remember that deontology focuses on duty, not outcomes. Deontology does not equal outcomes. Even if a company generates high profits, a good outcome, violating workers' rights remains moral wrong because it fails the duty test. Our focuses must be on moral responsibility over results. This subject holds personal significance for me as I have observed injustice personally. This experience solidified my belief in the importance of ethic and my communicate to moral principle. Canteen ethic helps me understand why respecting workers' rights is essential. In summary, exploiting workers is morally wrong, according to all three formulations of Kant's categorical imperative. Deontology teaches us that our duty is always to respect human dignity. Thank you for listening. I hope this presentation clarified how Kant's categorical imperative applies to real world ethical issues. I am happy to answer any questions.